This is one of those episodes where the things I'm about to talk about, they are meant for me as well as meant for you. You need to stop preparing to be a content creator. You need to stop waiting or looking for a blueprint and just press record and just start recording. Here's the sweet thing you need to understand. As content creators, our work requires that we do it in public. I'll give an example. If you were writing a book, right? You write the first draft, you write the second draft, you write the third draft, you write the fourth draft, you write the fifth draft, and then finally you get to the final draft, and then you're like, okay, I've spent about 2 to 3 years on this book. Now the book is ready. I'm ready to ship it to the world. I'm ready to publish it. I'm ready to send to the world. This is the book I want to put out to the world. Here's the interesting thing. As a content creator, your first draft, your second draft, your third draft, your fourth draft, your fifth draft, your sixth draft, they are all happening in the public. You are actually shipping them out. That's what's different from writing a book. It's not private. The first draft where you're trying to figure out how to set up the microphone, connect the computer, make sure everything is right and you're sounding well, it's being shipped to the world. The second draft where you're trying to understand how to ask the right questions, how to articulate your speech, how to express yourself, how to really communicate an idea and explain what you're trying to say is shipped to the world. The third draft where you are trying to figure out, oh, this is what I am trying to say, this is what I want to talk about, is shipped to the world. The fourth draft, the fifth draft, the sixth draft, they're all shipped to the world. And most people, they don't want to publish it. They don't want to share it to the world. Instead, what they want to happen is they want to approach it like a book. They want to write the first 10 drafts. And then when the final draft is ready, they are like, oh, now I'm ready to be a content creator. It doesn't work that way. It's a journey. And you have to start where you are. You have to start with what you have. You have to press record. You have to start creating with what you have. You see, most of us will believe that, okay, I will consume more content. We are doing what we call pseudo-creating. We're learning, we're taking courses, we're watching other creators, we're getting inspiration and all that. It looks like creating. It feels like creating. It appears like creating. It sounds like creating. But it is not creating. Creating is as simple as recording, if it's video content, writing, that if it's writing you're doing, recording a podcast, that's if a podcast you're doing, and publishing it. That's simple. If you don't want to edit, you don't have to edit. Of course, editing is good, but just start with what you have, with what you know. Start there. And then over time, you iterate, you become better, you become better, you become better, you become better, you become better. And then you ship it out to the world. But don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait to figure it out. And this is one thing I need to remind myself of. And that is, oh, you don't have the message yet. Oh, you're not so good at speaking yet. You don't feel very good at articulating. Oh, you're not so good at telling your story. In order to tell your story, you figure out what the story you have to tell by speaking. You find your voice by speaking. You learn to walk by walking. Now it sounds strange, like, dude, you don't know how to walk. How do you know how to walk? Think of it as kids when we our first attempt at walking. What did we do? Did we sit down, think about walking? Did we strategize about walking? We stood up, and then we fell, and then we stood up, and then we fell. Standing up at that point in time was a significant achievement. It was a moment of progress. We fell, we stood up, we fell, and then eventually we started taking steps. In speaking, we have to learn to use our voice. That's the only way we can find our voice. We have to learn to speak. And then we realize that, oh, my voice, this is how I speak, this is how I want to speak, this is how I want to sound. This is my story. But this would all happen when you are out there in the public, speaking, creating, sharing with the world. But you're like, oh, but I don't have, there's nothing unique about me. I don't have a message to share. Create. 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 The strange thing about content creation is like embarking on a journey in the night where everywhere is dark and you're in a car that has headlights that can only see a couple of meters ahead. Right? But you're like, oh, I can't see everything. I don't know what if there's a road. I don't even know where stuff is going to. I don't even know my destination. I don't even know everything. I don't know anything. But there's a road here. You have light. You can see a couple of meters ahead. And I'm like, embark on the journey. Start the journey. Start creating. Start moving. The sweet thing is this: you have what you need to start. Now, I didn't say you have what you need to become the most polished or not. You have all that you need to start. Yeah, but I have a really scrappy phone. Start with that. If it means you start with audio only, start with that. Ooh, I have this. Start with that. With what you can create, start with that. I'll show you a quick story so that this episode is not so long. There was a time where when I started, the internet was really bad. I was doing podcasts and interviewing guests. And at first I thought about quitting. I was like, okay, podcasting is probably not for me because the internet over here, because I'm from Nigeria, the internet over here is really terrible. And having to talk to guests for the first two guests I tried to speak with, it was really terrible. Like, not the guest, but I mean the internet connection was so choppy, was so bad that sometimes it ended the call. And even when they talk, like 2-3 minutes after they speak, that's when I hear what they say. Like, imagine trying to have a conversation like that. It was really a terrible experience. Now, I sat and I asked myself that, okay, I could stop. I could quit. I really wanted to do podcast. I really wanted to do podcasting. It was what I wanted. That was beyond doubt, right? It wasn't a matter of, oh, I feel like I should be podcast. I knew that I wanted to do this thing. You know how you like, oh, this is what I want. It's not, oh, this is not a matter of, oh, other people are doing it. People are doing it. No, this is really what I want to do. And so I said to myself, okay, what should I do? Right? What do I have? Most time we're like, oh, I don't have this. My internet is not 400 MB per second. Right now, right then, my internet, on the day I got 5 MB per second, that was a very good day. Like, the internet was doing really good. Right? On the day I got 5 MB per second, that was a really good internet speed for me. And for a lot of you, you hear that, oh, 5 MB per second, that's really terrible. This guy is suffering. He needs help. So I asked myself, what do I have? And I was like, okay, I have internet. It's not like I don't have internet, but internet is not so good to do video recording. I'll say, okay, I have internet, I have a phone, I have a mic, I have a laptop, I have those things. Okay, what do I have? And I'm like, based on these things I have, since I have internet, it's not like I don't have internet. What can I do with the internet? And it occurred to me that, oh, I can record audio-only interviews. Ooh, I was like, okay. Because the thing about audio, the bandwidth is way lesser than video. And so with audio, you can skate through to 1 MB, 2 MB per second. You can really do well with that speed of internet. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do audio only podcast. And then I started doing that. And I started interviewing guests, and we started having conversations, and I started releasing it on the podcast platforms. And then later on, I was like, okay, it occurred to me that, okay, the internet is really bad during the day. Why not try during the night and see if you can do video? And then I tried, and then it was really good. But I had to start with, now I'm doing video interviews, I'm recording, and I'm publishing, but I had to start with what I have. So you have all that you need to start. Now, I didn't say that all that you need, I didn't say you have all that you need to start creating top level content or top notch, high quality video, top level content and all those things. I said you have all that you need to start. That's what I'm saying. What you have is enough for you to start creating content, recording, writing, whatever the piece or the form of content that you can create. Start creating it, and then you walk your way from there. Don't try to blame it on your tools that, oh, I don't have this, that's why I'm not doing this. Start creating content. Stop waiting for blueprint. Stop waiting for permission. Nobody is coming to give you permission. This is your own thing. You have to permit yourself. You have to take a step of courage to step into the unknown of not knowing what could be. But here's the sweet thing. It's an amazing thing. I know a lot of persons that have influenced my life just because they decided to create content. And you could be that for someone else too. You could make people, because that you choose to shine your light, you make it automatic for them to shine their light. Your presence gives them permission to shine their light. Be that for someone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. You've been listening to Wisdom Journey podcast, and I do hope that you got the necessary perspective to start creating content. Until next time, you've been listening to Wisdom Okonkwo, and this has been Wisdom Journey podcast. See you next episode.